Okay, we've got a region that satisfies these inequalities. X is greater than or equal to 2, y is greater than or equal to 1, and x plus y is less than or equal to 6. We're going to draw, show on the grid, and shade the region and show it using the letter R. First thing to do, let's find these boundary values for these areas. So we're going to look at where x equals 2, where y equals 1, and where x plus y equals 6. These give us our boundaries. Okay, regions must have boundaries, and obviously if that's greater than or equal to 2, the boundary must be where it equals it, and similarly here, and so on. So x is equal to 2. Where is x equal to 2? Well, it's equal to 2 all the way along here. So we draw a line, okay, all the way along here. So let's just put that line in. And then we've got y is greater than or equal to 1. Well, y equals 1 here. So we're going to put a line in just there. Put that line in there. And then we've got to find where x plus y equals 6. Well, it's quite easy. You can just pick any two numbers that add up to 6. You go 6 and 0. So there you go. There's a point there. 6 and 0. Or you could have 5 and 1. Or you could have 4 and 2, 3 and 3, and so on. You just pick an x number and find out the y number that would add up to 6. And we can see that line there. So let's just draw that line in there. And we've got our 3 lines. Now we just need to check our regions. So let's just shade out the regions. Now I'm going to shade out the regions I don't want. Okay. Now let's look at where x equals 2 line. Let's just label these in so we can remember them. So we've got x equals 2 here, and we've got y equals 1 here, and we've got x plus y equals 6 here. So for the x equals 2, pick a point not on the line. I always like to pick the point 0, 0. If it's not on the line, pick it. It's not on any of these 3 lines, so we can use it for all of them. Now, let's see if it satisfies the inequality. Is 0 greater than or equal to 2? No, it's not. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to shade out what I don't want. So I'm going to shade out all down here. Okay, so I'm shading out the region that I do not want here. Okay, you'll see why in a minute. Now y is greater than 1. Well, let's put 0, 0 into that as well. Is 0 greater than 1? No, it's not. So therefore I can shade all this region out here, because this side of the line, any point on the same side of the line, is not in the region. The 0 is below the line, so we shade all the points below the line, not above the line. We don't want these because they're not in the region. Now, is 0, 0 going to satisfy this equation? 0 plus 0 less than or equal to 6. Yes, it is. So I do want all the points on the same side of the line as 0, 0 as this one. So I'm going to shade out all the points on the other side of the line. So all the points, okay, on this side I'm going to shade out. I don't want any of these points in my region. And what you see is, when you've shaded out everything you don't want, you are left with just what you do want, this little triangle here. So this must be R, this must be our region that we want. So just recap, draw the boundaries. You've got x is greater than or equal to 2, so the boundary, that's x equals 2, y is greater than or equal to 1, boundary is y equals 1. X plus y is greater than or equal to, less than or equal to 6, so we draw the boundary x plus y equals 6. We find x equals 2 quite straightforwardly, because all along here x equals 2 and along here all y is equal 1. I found this line by looking for numbers that added up to give me 6, 6 and 0, 5 and 1, and so on. Whenever you've got an equation, put a value in for x and find out a y that makes it work, and then you can plot it. To find the regions, I picked a point that wasn't on any of the 3 lines. I picked 0, 0 and then checked if x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0, them in here and in here and in here, and decided did this point agree with that inequality. Well, it didn't for this one, and because it was on this side of the line, I shaded everything on the same side of the line. With the y is greater than or equal to 1, it wasn't agreeing with that, so I shaded this side of the line because all these points on the same side of the line as this point, and left everything on the other side, which must be true because this is our boundary value, remember. And here, 0, 0, 0 plus 0 was less than or equal to 6, so I wanted everything on this side of the line, so I shaded out everything on the other side of the line to 0, 0 for this line. And then what you notice is you are left with the region you want.